What's going on, YouTube? Beans right here. We're up again with another video. Just wanted to talk to you like a little bit because I haven't posted an actual vlog in such a long time. I've been just doing stream highlights and whatnot. But I want to talk to you about this past weekend. This weekend was the Modern Warfare beta, the open beta for PlayStation 4, and I want to just go over some of the things how I felt about my impressions. I didn't want to do a first impressions video like a lot of people did, after like 1 hour of playing. I wanted to actually play the game for a full weekend before giving you a little bit of details of how I feel about it. And I'm not gonna lie to you, the game was good, but despite what I'm gonna tell you, there's a lot of cons more than there are pros. So we're gonna go through them all. Like I said, I wrote down like a list of pros, cons, and in betweens. I guess like something that could be a good thing but a bad thing as well. We're gonna start with the pros first. The pros were simple: the visuals. The game looks great. Obviously, I mean, I'm pretty much sure that we see that every single year. That they just do a better job making like this new engine and whatnot for the next generation of consoles probably or whatever. It's just so it looks the game looks great. The maps look beautiful and whatnot, very realistic, very modern. The second thing is hit detection. If there's one thing I'll always give credit to Infinity Ward, where credit is due, is hit detection. The the guns feel the guns feel great, and the hit detection on the guns feel great. Like when I'm shooting someone, I know those bullets are gonna hit them. Despite this game having bullet velocity and travel time compared to previous CODs where it has hit scan, that's something you have to remember in this game. There's no hit scan in this game. It's all bullet velocity. It's all bullet travel time. So it's good to know that. But again, the hit detection is good. When I'm shooting at someone, the bullets are hitting them. I know they are. There's no lag compensation or whatever. I mean, there is lag comp, but I'm saying you don't feel it as much like in previous CODs like Black Ops stuff, like Treyarch stuff. They usually do that. Okay, so next thing, that's pretty much it for pros. I mean, that's like two things. That's pretty bad, right? Well, wait till we get to the next cons list. All right, so far the cons, map design. Some of these maps, there was only 4 maps on the beta. One of them was only in a 10v10 setting. The raid map, I forgot what it's called, like Grazava raid or whatever. Those like that map and the cave map were just awful. Like these really awful design maps, in my opinion. I hope that the actual game has better maps. I mean, I'm not too worried about it. I feel like they're gonna have some secrets up their sleeves. But I'm just talking strictly beta right now, like how I felt about the beta. The maps that we played on were like 2 of the maps were good. The Hackney Yard and the other map I forgot, the gunsmith or the not gunsmith, gunner or something. It's like a train. It's like a train station or like train yard. Those 2 maps were good. The other 2 maps weren't. And but like it could have been better. Like the cave map could have been better if it didn't have the cave. I know that sounds weird, but like the outside of the map, like all the buildings and the little huts and the nests and the broken down stuff, that part of the map's awesome. The inside of the cave was a problem, especially in headquarters. Like you could not see like anything like in one section of like the west side of the cave or whatever. So that's one thing. Number two, this is this I should put this in the in between, but we'll talk about it now. It was kind of a con, but it wasn't kind of a con. But we'll talk about why I'm putting it in cons. Time to kill. This game is like Ghosts in terms of time to kill. You die in like 3 bullets. It feels like 2 sometimes because of headshots, and this is why I put it in the cons list. Time to kill should be in between because I don't mind it because it forces you to play smarter, not dumb in terms of like just running around yeeting on kids and slide challenging, ego challenging everyone. This game forces you to move around and using your brain and being very, very, very just smart about it and just finding the best position, like be a position player and holding down like buildings and windows and lanes and stuff. But the problem with the time to kill in the game is the headshot multiplier. I feel like every gun had super duper high caliber 3 and you just one tapped people all the time and it was just so annoying. Like people are getting headshots that they shouldn't get because of like a flinch, which flinch needs to be in the game, I guess. So it's just like really frustrating and annoying sometimes. The third thing, now this was the thing that they did address throughout the halfway through the beta, and that was the mini map. I put it in the cons list, but honestly, they addressed this already. And again, all these cons that I have, I'm sure they're going to address them upon the release of the actual game. So again, we're just talking about the beta, the mini map. It was an issue at the beginning because there was no mini map. We had like this thing on the top, like north, south, east, west. Like you look around, you see like little red dots on them, so you kind of see where people are. But it's not what we're used to. It just don't fix something or change something that did not need to be changed. Don't be so ridiculous. The mini map is a thing in Call of Duty. It should be in Call of Duty. You should never got rid of it. They did address it. They did bring it back, although you can't see the dots when people fire on there. I just feel like they should just go back to how it used to be. Don't change it. Lethals and tacticals is a cons. Even though that this game in the beta did have EOD and Battle Hardened, which is Flak Jacket and Tac Mask, the lethals and tacticals are too strong. Like a flashbang, I feel like I'm gonna sue Infinity Ward by the end of the year for blinding me. Like it was like the whole screen was just white and I can't see anything and it just blinding me, especially I wear glasses. Lethals, they're really lethal. Even with EOD, which is again flak jacket, kind of, you just die. And not to mention, there's this perk in the game called shrapnel, where you get an extra piece of equipment, and it when it does lethal damage, you can't heal fast enough. Like your health regeneration, it's not manual like last year, Black Ops 4. It's back to normal. It just does it itself, and it like takes longer to do. So it's just like it's just ridiculous. Definitely need to tune up some of that. The next thing, now these next two things I want to talk about is ADS time and sprint out time. This is something, like I said, these are small things. Like a lot of the cons I put, they're small things. Like the game overall was great. I enjoyed it. I played it all 4 days for hours on end, like 6 hours here, 4 hours there, 5 hours here. I played a lot of it, and I did enjoy the game overall, despite the cons list being so much longer than the pros list. But like I said, these cons are so small, things that I'm sure that they'll tune up. The next two things, like I said, ADS time and sprint out time, I feel like they just every attachment had minus ADS, minus ADS, minus ADS. So like they just don't want you to be quick. They want you to. They seem like they want you to be slow pacing, camping, kind of like in a building on a window, just L triggering the whole time, not moving. Like they don't want you to actually make a play. It seems. Again, I'm sure they'll address that, but I hope they do because it was kind of annoying. Like, yeah, there's the stipple grip, the pistol grip that gave you plus ADS speed, and there was some of the barrels that gave you plus ADS speed to kind of cancel it out. But I feel like the game was so clunky in terms of some of the guns, like movement wise. Like I said, sprint out time, same thing. Especially with ARs, the subs not so much. You didn't notice it that much with the subs because they had attachments for it, and it just felt cleaner, I guess. But the subs, like the ADS time, like in your head sprint out time, I mean, like when you're sprinting, like you're sprinting, you stop sprinting, you pull out your gun quicker. It was really clunky with assault rifles, so it was kind of annoying. But that's pretty much it. The two in between, I'm sorry. This is a good thing and a bad thing. The good and these two things are the gunsmith, which is something new for creative class. It could be a good thing, but again, it could be a bad thing because people need to understand what these attachments do. Again, a lot of these attachments were like minus ADS, minus ADS, so like they're kind of like killing ADSing, and I'm sure they'll rework some of the stuff and create a class itself. Now, I prefer Pick 10 over the old school way, but I don't mind going back to the old school way. That's why I said it's an in between for me. I didn't mind it because like back in the day is how it is now. This year, one primary, one secondary, three perks. One, two, three, and then one lethal tactical. Like it's basic, it's simple, it's one dimensional, and again, I don't mind going back to it. I just prefer pick 10 because it just gives you the player what you want to do. It gives you more variety, it gives you more of a play style if you want to sit back or you want to do this, you want to do that. You don't want equipment, you want more attachments on your gun or whatever. But the gunsmith does help with the attachments though, because you can have 5 attachments on your gun. But that's pretty much it. Like I said, overall, I know it sounds like I'm complaining because I had a lot more cons than pros, but overall, I did enjoy the game. I can't wait for the release. This weekend actually coming up is the second weekend of the beta, so hopefully they tune some things between now and then to hopefully fix some of this stuff. But overall, like I said, I enjoyed it despite the list. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know what you guys thought if you played it, if you didn't play it. Maybe you'll play it next weekend, hopefully. But that's pretty much to wrap this video up. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Streams all day, every day, throughout the week. Twitch.tv/Ordyh. Catch me on any of these games. But again, I'll see you guys soon. Peace.